Hello friends, myself Dr. Praveen Parmar and I am the founder of Vyapaar and today we have someone who is very special, Mr. Nishit Saigal, and he is a founder and the promoter of the business called S&S Super Brands. एंड सो फ्रेंड्स एज यू नो दैट हम बिजनेस को ग्रो करने के लिए बिजनेस को एक्सपांड करने के लिए बहुत सारे जो जो स्ट्रेटेजीज है वो अप्लाई करते हैं, बहुत सारे ट्राइज हम करते हैं. एंड टुडे मिस्टर निशित इज गोइंग टू टेल अस अबाउट वन मोर कॉन्सेप्ट एंड दैट इज highly successful and it is most powerful concept and that is the franchise business model, right? And so let us start and let us know more about Mr. Nishit, his journey, and let us know more about the franchise business and how you can start your business with the franchise concept. So Mr. Nishit, welcome to Vyapaar Jagat TV.
Thank you, Praveen bhai.
Thank you. And yeah, Nishit. So Nishit, we will start with your journey first.
Sure.
So what you can do is you can just introduce audience about yourself, and then you can tell us your story, wherein you can start with your the beginning. How did you come up with the idea of S&S Super Brands?
Sure. So hello everybody, my name is Nishit Saigal and thank you for the opportunity, Praveen bhai. My name is Nishit Saigal. Like I said, I am the founder and the managing director for S&S Super Brands. S&S Super Brands is a leasing and a franchise investment advisory. This business basically is about promoting brands, is about promoting opportunities that we bring to the table, and we introduce them to investors, people who are looking to become entrepreneurs, people who are looking to grow or diversify their income brackets. S&S Super Brands basically is an institution that we developed, an organization that we developed with the core agenda of making Aatma Nirbhar Bharat, promoting the concept where even the Prime Minister of India has brought this and said that this is what we should be looking to in terms of the future. Every individual has the right to be able to have a sustainable livelihood, to understand that there is a huge shift that has come into the market, not just over the last couple of years after COVID, but even prior to that, the Indian market has matured and the entire space was available for providers like us. This is exactly where we conceptualized S&S Super Brands. Having been into this industry for quite some time now, with a total experience of over 20 plus years, I've been exposed to many different industries. I've been a part of banking and insurance. I've been a part of telecom. I've been a part of media. And thereafter, I was in the franchising industry for a short while. I realized that there are a good number of gaps. बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें थी जिसको देख के मुझे ये समझ में आया कि कई ऐसे सर्विसेज हैं जिसके बारे में लोग सही से समझ नहीं पा रहे. They are not able to understand as to what should they expect when they are going to buy a franchise. This is not just applicable to investors. We also realized that there was a big void when it comes to brands who were looking to franchise their business, but they did not realize as to how can they do this. तो दोनों की ही तकलीफ़ों को, दोनों के ही चैलेंजेस को देखते हुए S&S सुपर ब्रांड्स के सर्विसेज का लिस्ट डिफाइंड है. 6 अलग अलग सर्विसेज हैं जो हम लोग देते हैं. These 6 are just the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of associated services. So the journey of S&S Super Brands has been ever evolving right from that time, where we bring forth more than 500 plus brands to the market today, and we can boast of more than 150 plus deals done, where we are able to bring newer businesses to the market. हम उन businesses के लिए एक sustainable business model बनाते हैं. Over and above that, जो investors हमारे साथ जुड़ते हैं उनको उनके बजट के हिसाब से most feasible business options देते हैं. That's a little bit about S&S.
Super. Thank you, Nishit, for that. And Nishit, so how much time did it take to conceptualize your business? And when you entered into the market, usually हम लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं कि एक business को बनाने के लिए 365 days कम नहीं है, मतलब 1000 days someone has to give. So what about you? I mean, how your journey was started and how much time it took to conceptualize and enter into the market?
S&S Super Brands basically came into being more than 2 years ago. Prior to that, we were already working in this particular industry. जैसे मैंने आपको अभी कुछ देर पहले बताया, इस इंडस्ट्री में खूब सारे गैप्स थे. कुछ और प्लेयर्स, कुछ और सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स ऐसे हैं जो टुकड़ा टुकड़ा इन्फॉर्मेशन दे रहे हैं. देर आर पीस मील informations available. However, when we decided to conceptualize S&S, we decided that we will have all services responsibly delivered to our patrons in the market. जो challenges हमारे सामने आए या जितना वक्त हमें लगा, जैसा प्रवीण जी ने पूछा, हम लोगों को इस concept को develop करके, establish करके और successful बनाने में कम से कम 2 साल लगे. इन 2 सालों में हम लोगों ने शुरुआत करी. शुरुआत करने पर जैसे कि हर एक स्टार्टअप का सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज होता है फंड्स, तो हम लोगों ने फंडिंग अरेंज किया. फंडिंग अरेंज करते ही सबसे पहली चीज़ जो हमारे मन में थी, द वेरी फर्स्ट थॉट that S&S is built on is that we wanted to repay our debts as soon as possible and be a debt-free company. We are very happy and proudly we boast this fact that we have been a debt-free company, and successfully in the first 6 months of establishment we repaid the entire value of debt. In 1 year of S&S, पहले 1 साल के अंदर अंदर ही हम लोगों ने अपना सारा डेट रीपे करने के बाद एक्सपेंशन प्लान किया, एंड स्लोली बट ग्रेजुअली टुडे वी आर प्रेजेंट इन 12 cities and 8 states of India. We are also present by way of our satellite offices in 5 different countries. So 2 साल, जैसे प्रवीण जी ने सही से बताया कि 3 साल भी कम पड़ते हैं, लेकिन उसके पहले करीब 7 साल की बहुत कड़ी मेहनत. There was a lot of effort that we put in understanding and conceptualizing S&S. So if I may put together, it is a 9+ year journey that has brought us to where we are today.
Awesome. And so whatever the journey you have, Nishit, so far, so can you come up with set of challenges, or क्या आप बता सकते हो कि ऐसा कौन सा चैलेंज था जो आपको ऐसा लगा कि नहीं, that was the most crucial time in your journey, and how did you overcome from that particular challenge?
I think the biggest challenge for any and every business is manpower. Yeah, you can arrange funds, पैसे भी मिल जाते हैं. If your intentions are right and your business plans are right, you will find people who will support you. However, when you are to execute and run the business does not run solo, it runs on people. तो जो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज हमें आया, जो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज हमें मिला, वो ये था कि हम लोगों ने जिन लोगों को ऑन बोर्ड किया, बिकॉज वी वर स्टार्टअप, हम एक छोटी कंपनी थे, लोगों के एस्पिरेशंस शायद उससे बड़े थे, उन लोगों ने और दूसरे बड़े एक्सपेक्टेशंस के साथ कुछ दूसरी कंपनीज और बड़ी कंपनीज को जाके ज्वाइन किया. जो शुरुआत में किसी भी स्टार्टअप के लिए हमेशा एक चैलेंज होता है कि लाइक माइंडेड पीपल मिलना, ऐसे लोग मिलना जो आपके साथ आपकी ड्रीम में विश्वास करें और कंपनी की ग्रोथ के साथ ग्रो करें, ये सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज था. ये S&S ने चैलेंज फेस किया, और तब से लेके अब तक इस पूरी जर्नी के दरमियान वी हैव बीन वेरी वेरी लकी कि जिन लोगों ने हमारा साथ उस वक्त छोड़ा और उसके बाद जो हमारे साथ लोग जुड़े, जिसके बारे में हमने ये रियलाइज़ किया, इस once we understood that we are required to take people who have a passion for growth and not just experienced people from the same industry, that is when we came to realize that this was the mistake that we made earlier. Having corrected that today, we have been successfully able to grow as a company and grow our employees who are associated with us.
Awesome. So Nishit, we talk about challenges you had during your journey. Now let us talk about the success stories you have.
Sure.
And so can you tell 1 or 2 success stories which you think it is making you successful? So what are those success stories?
As a success story, what I would first like to do is define what success means to me. So as the founder and the managing director of the company, I have always aimed for this, that the company is measured in terms of success by way of its repeat client ratio. अगर कोई एक क्लाइंट आज हमारे साथ बिजनेस करता है, क्या वो दोबारा आपके पास लौट कर आता है? क्या वो दोबारा और 2 या 3 लोगों को आपका नाम सजेस्ट करता है? अगर ये होता है तो आप कुछ अच्छा कर रहे हैं. शायद people are appreciating the efforts that you are putting in the market, and that is what is success as per my definition, if I am to say. However, it is not very easy to achieve after having put in all the hard work that we did and executing the businesses the way they are required to be given. The only motto that we followed as a company was give the right fit to the right person. So सही investor को सही business देना और इसके बारे में अपना knowledge और skill level enhance करना ही हमारा core criteria रहा. Success story में मैं ये definitely कहना चाहूँगा कि on an average हर 3 महीने में एक बार हमारे existing clients में से कोई एक किसी और client को refer करता है. So the biggest advantage that we get is that without spending a single penny, S&S is able to onboard new brands and new investors who refer each other, and that is a huge compliment to the business. So success stories खूब सारी हैं, सारी बताने जाऊंगा तो काफ़ी वक्त लगेगा, इसलिए मैं उसको broadly सिर्फ ऐसे कहना चाहूँगा कि मेरे लिए यही सक्सेस है that our customers come back to us, they buy from us again, and they also refer others who buy from us.
Interesting. So, Nishit, now according to what you have shared as of now, you are a successful entrepreneur, right? And so, being a successful entrepreneur, what do you think? How franchise model can help the startup when someone so there are two kind of people. Okay, so we call it like the new entrepreneurs or the early risers, and there are one set of startups, those who are having some idea, they are trying to solve some problem, right? And they have started something, and now they have started something, they are started offering their solutions and the products to the market. So what will be the right time they can enter into the franchise model? Number one, there are also certain early risers, they actually want to do something, but then they do not have idea.
Sure.
Right? So how they can start with the franchise concept, and how they can start their own venture?
Sure. I'd like to answer that by saying that the right time to enter into franchising is always now. So whether you have just a thought in your mind, whether you have a single outlet branch, or whether you have just one single product and you feel that you can take this to the market and you would want to franchise, you are right, you can franchise now. So the biggest point to be understood is this, that early risers, startups, they need that kind of support where they need to be able to understand how to promote their business and take it to the market. We have multiple services. Business consulting, brand consulting is how we would like to call it, is what we give to brands who are not just established, क्योंकि कोई एक established brand ऑलरेडी ये जानती है कि उसने क्या क्या challenges फेस किए, वो challenges उस ब्रांड को फ्रेंचाइज देने में फेस ना हो, इसलिए कई सारा इनपुट हमें उनकी तरफ से मिलता है. लेकिन एक स्टार्टअप, एक ब्रांड जो पहली बार मार्केट में आ रहा है, या एक थॉट जो एक ब्रांड में कन्वर्ट हो सकता है, उनको हम सपोर्ट करते हैं. वी हैव आवर सर्विसेज कॉल्ड कॉन्सेप्ट टू एंटरप्राइज. इसके अंदर इस तरीके से हम काम करते हैं कि अगर किसी के पास सिर्फ एक सोच, जैसे मैंने कहा, एक प्रोडक्ट या एक सिंगल सर्विस है, उसको मार्केट में कैसे ले जाया जा सकता है, उसको कैसे ग्रो किया जा सकता है, उसके अंदर हम ब्रांड्स को सपोर्ट करते हैं. नॉट जस्ट ब्रांड्स, इन्वेस्टर्स के पर्सपेक्टिव से भी अगर मैं कहूँ, अगर आप एक रिपीट इन्वेस्टर बनना चाहते हैं, आपके पास फंड्स अवेलेबल हैं और आप मल्टीपल ब्रांड्स ओन करना चाहते हैं, जैसे आज की तारीख में कई सारे लोग हमारे साथ ऐसे जुड़े हैं जिन्होंने हमारे पास से रिपीट फ्रेंचाइजीज ली हैं. इन दोनों ही केसेस के अंदर ब्रांड्स और फ्रेंचाइजीज, उनको सपोर्ट करने के लिए फ्रॉम अ स्टार्टअप पर्सपेक्टिव वी गिव देम द राइट काइंड ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेशन. आप हमारी वेबसाइट विजिट कर सकते हैं जिसके अंदर इन सर्विसेज के बारे में काफ़ी डिटेल्स मेंशन्ड हैं. यू कैन गो टू www.sssbrands.com and contact us for further information. However, what I'd like to emphasize and what I'd like to tell all my friends who are early entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs who wish to come forth, the time to franchise, like I said, is now. If you have a thought in mind, we can help you develop that thought into a product, a full-fledged service, and thereafter take you to the market.
राइट. निश्चित कई बार ये होता है कि लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि उनको समझ में नहीं आता है, मतलब एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को समझ में नहीं आता है कि उनका बिजनेस जो है वो फ्रेंचाइज मॉडल में कन्वर्ट हो सकता है या नहीं हो सकता है. मैं कुछ एग्जांपल्स आपको देता हूँ. जैसे फॉर एन एग्जांपल, कोई ई कॉमर्स बिजनेस रन कर रहा है, समवन हु इज़ इनटू कंसल्टिंग बिजनेस, someone maybe who is dealing with the business to business sort of business model.
Sure.
Right? तो उसमें do you think I mean any business is something wherein we can convert into a franchise model, or there are set of categories उनको ही अपने फ्रेंचाइजी में ले जा सकते हैं? What is your thought?
Anything under the sun can be franchised. अगर कोई एक बिजनेस है, अगर वो एक एस्टैब्लिशमेंट है, जैसे मैंने कहा, चाहे वो प्रोडक्ट हो, चाहे वो सर्विस हो, if it is there in the market and if it is thriving, or if it can be brought to the market and if it is there in your mind, it can be franchised. ऐसा कोई बिजनेस नहीं है जिसमें फ्रेंचाइजिंग नहीं हो सकता. प्रोडक्ट अगर है, अगर उसकी आप प्रोडक्ट चेन बनाना चाहते हैं तो डीलर्स और डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स अपॉइंट किए जाते हैं. अगर आप एंड कस्टमर को मीट करना चाहते हैं तो उसमें फ्रेंचाइजिंग किया जाता है. जो लोग बिजनेसेस फ्रॉम द सर्विस पर्सपेक्टिव चलाते हैं, जैसे प्रवीण जी ने बताया, अगर आपका किसी किस्म का कंसल्टिंग बिजनेस है, या अगर आपके पास इंटैंजिबल सर्विसेज का बिजनेस है, तो उसके लिए भी फ्रेंचाइज मॉडल होता है. सो द आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज येस, एनी एंड एवरी बिजनेस कैन बी फ्रेंचाइज्ड. There are ways and means to taking it forward. This is something which can be understood after we understand the pulse of the business. As a brand owner today or as a conceptualizer today, आपके मन में अपने ब्रांड का क्या विजन है वो बहुत ज़्यादा मैटर करता है. तो अगर आप इस चीज़ को लेके क्लियर हैं कि आप एक्सपैंड करना चाहते हैं और एक्सपेंशन आपके प्रोडक्ट में हो सकता है, आप करना चाहते हैं, तो वो कैसे किया जा सकता है, इस पर हम आपको गाइड कर सकते हैं.
Interesting. So Nishit, आजकल मतलब so our Prime Minister, so he come up with the concept called Aatma Nirbhar Bharat, right? And every entrepreneur is talking about Aatma Nirbhar Bharat. So what are your thoughts about Aatma Nirbhar Bharat, and how you or S&S Super Brands is contributing to making India self-reliant or making nation Aatma Nirbhar Bharat?
Sure, that's a very nice question. The Honorable Prime Minister came up with this particular idea, especially after the first lockdown. However, as a company, we feel that we have had this motto right from the very beginning, even before the terminology Aatma Nirbhar Bharat was given. It is just that it has been given a bigger benchmark, a bigger platform now. Looking at that platform and that benchmark, we as a company, we create entrepreneurs. When I say we create entrepreneurs, it means those who have a particular concept in mind and would want to grow their business, or those who have their savings. I would like to share a very interesting incident to answer that question better. It so happened during the first lockdown, Ravinji, that a couple of very seniorly placed officials who were a part of industries which got very majorly affected, if I may name a few, travel and tourism was very majorly affected. There was a gentleman who was the regional manager for a travel and tourism company. He came to us and said that we do not see or foresee what will happen to our professional careers. So then how can you help us? What diversification can we do? We helped him establish a business into life essentials, and he is the proud owner of a pharmacy store today. Something which he was not related to, but the support that he got from the brand, the knowledge that he got from S&S enabled him to be able to do so. आज वो आत्मनिर्भर एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं और वो एक फिक्स सैलरी पे डिपेंडेंट नहीं है. तो ये एक इन्वेस्टर के तरफ की स्टोरी हुई, कैसे हम आत्मनिर्भर भारत को प्रमोट और सपोर्ट करते हैं. ब्रांड्स के हिसाब से अगर मैं बताऊं तो इन दैट केस ऐसे ब्रांड ओनर्स जो आज डिपेंडेंट हैं दूसरे सप्लायर्स पे, प्रोड्यूसर्स पे, ऐसे लोगों पे जो उनके स्मॉल बिजनेसेस में उन्हें सपोर्ट करते हैं, उनको सस्टेन करने में मदद करते हैं, उस चीज़ के लिए उनकी डिमांडिंग, उनकी बाइंग कैपेसिटी बढ़े, वो तभी पॉसिबल है जब वो मल्टीपल आउटलेट्स ओपन कर पाएँ. उसको ओपन करने के लिए जो कॉन्सेप्ट उनको चाहिए, जो आइडियाज़ उनको चाहिए, जो कॉन्फिडेंस उन्हें चाहिए अपने खुद के बिजनेस में और उसके ROI यानी रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट मॉडल्स पे, उस पे S&S उन्हें गाइड करता है. सो दिस इज़ अ स्मॉल थिंग दैट वी डू टुवर्ड्स क्रिएटिंग आत्मनिर्भर भारत.
Yeah, Nishit, what message do you want to convey to the early risers, the startups, or the other existing entrepreneurs?
The message is loud and clear, as I have been saying all through this entire talk. If you have a business in mind and you think that you would want to grow as an entrepreneur, the time is now. Act today. The idea is to be able to understand that if there is a business and if it is thriving, it is sustainable, and if it is something that you are confident of being able to run, people will take interest in your business only if you make the right offering. What is that offering? I would like to give a very strong message to all the startups or the existing businesses for that matter, that your business is a gold mine. It depends how much you dig from it. If you are going to run from a single point of contact, which is your own self. As an entrepreneur, I understand you are dealing with everything every day, be it legal, be it procurement, be it customers, be it complaints, be it issues, be it new products, be it ideas. All these things are done by one single entrepreneur. But trust me when I say this, there are a good number of support functions available in the market today. There are a good number of people who are looking for sustainable businesses. All that you have to do is put all your ideas in the right direction, create a product out of it, and take it to market, and you will be surprised how many takers you get for it.
Superb. Nishit, thank you so much for taking out your time and joining this particular session and sharing your story and sharing your insights about franchise model. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is all mine, Dr. Saab. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, excellent. Uh, Friends, so if you have any other question or anything, so you can put your question in the comment box below. And if you have any other ideas or anything, I'm just a call away for you. Thank you so much for watching out this video. And before you leave, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get notifications for such kind of interviews regularly. Thank you so much.